Welcome everybody to this edition of the Snobcast. Once again, your boy William here with his much smarter co-host, Chase Moore.
Hey, how are you doing, my guy?
It's all good. It's all good. This particular episode is one that I am, of course, quite excited about. We're talking about my guy, my favorite director, working today, Mr. Spike Jonze. Can we get a
round of applause
for Spike Jonze, the man?
Hey, our guy.
All right, this guy is known for making some movies that are very off the cuff, very different from anything else that you're going to see in the cinematic experience. And I mean, when you look through his filmography, there's a lot of different stuff there. Why don't we go ahead and begin at the beginning? What do you think about that, Shay?
Most definitely. Let's do it.
All right. Well, let's talk about first the fact that he was primarily known, especially in the 90s, as a music video director.
Mm-hmm. Well, before that even, I know he got his start as a photographer for sports, so BMX riders and skateboarding. I think that's where he really got his start, was in documentary filmmaking around skateboarders. And then he was like all over the place in the music scene all of a sudden, definitely in the 90s, with acts like Notorious B.I.G. and Beastie Boys, Fatboy Slim, Sonic Youth, Weezer, Björk, The Breeders, Luscious Jackson, just like pretty much everyone who was like relevant in the 90s.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because his first two things that he ever did, one was a skateboarding video in 91, and then he did his first, and then he also did a Sonic Youth video called 100%.
I love that video.
Song. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he's done a lot. He did the Chainsaw Kittens. He did the Breeders Cannonball video, their Divine Hammer video. He worked with Teenage Fan Club, of course. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I didn't know he worked with
What are your favorite music videos that he's done?
Oh, Buddy Holly's like the best one.
Yeah. Buddy Holly's a good one.
Yeah, Sabotage is
like
good
the whole
too.
Sitcom. Huh?
Yeah, Sabotage is also good from the Beastie Boys.
I love Sabotage. I always get chills when I see it.
It's really good. It's really good.
It's so cute.
Yeah, it is cute. I think that's the right word. Oh, and it's also Quiet by Björk.
Yes.
It's one of the only times where I'm like, I like this Björk song, and it's a great video to go with it.
Why does everyone hate on Björk?
I don't hate Björk. I just find Björk too weird for my taste.
Too avant-garde.
Yeah, that's
a
the
good
thing.
music video, though. It's like the perfect. I think Oh So Quiet is definitely at the top of my list, because it's just the perfect music video, in my opinion. And that's actually part of what got her the role for Dance in the Dark, which would come, I think, 3 years later.
Yeah, that's no, because It's Also Quiet from 95, and
oh shit.
Yeah, and
so it was more like
Dance in the Dark is 5. Is 5 years after that. It's 2000. So
yeah, okay, so a little bit later.
A little bit later, but yeah, otherwise it's a great video. I personally like it. When we're talking about his movies, though, his first movie is a Charlie Kaufman written, which is ironic because today sees the reveal of the trailer of Charlie Kaufman's new directorial effort.
Oh, really?
Did you not know about this?
No, I didn't. I didn't even know I didn't know he was making anything. I don't know.
All right, so we're going to start with this. Charlie Kaufman has a new movie that he's directing coming out based on a book. The film is called I Think I Need to End It, I believe is what it's called.
Okay. I'm going to look it up. Jesus Christ. Now
I'm thinking of ending things. That's what it's called. I'm thinking of ending things.
That sounds familiar, of ending things.
Yeah,
and it just dropped today?
Jesse Buckley, Toni Collette, Jesse Plemons, or what's his name? That's his name.
Interesting.
And it just looks good. And of course, Charlie Kaufman wrote my favorite movie of all time, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Yeah.
Created by Michel Gondry. But he also wrote this film that came out in 1999. It's one of the best movies of that year, and that's a really good year for movies. Being John Malkovich.
Oh, yeah.
That's directed by Jones.
It is a great one. I don't know. It's well, first of all, it's an amazing debut, obviously, and I don't know, like just watching Being John Malkovich, if you have no idea who Spike Jonze even is, it's a good place to start, but it's also a really bad place to start because it's really out there and it's not super accessible to mainstream audiences. But I find it really fascinating. You see all the kind of like Kaufman-esque like strewn about, like all these really weird themes about existentialism and like being in your body and dysphoria and just all this really weird stuff. But I think it reads more of a surreal comedy than anything.
You're totally right there about the existentialism. It's pretty prevalent in all of his movies, including his directorial debut, Anomalisa, which is literally all existentialism.
No, Anomalisa wasn't Kaufman's directorial debut.
It was, yes.
Wasn't it? What? I thought it was Synecdoche.
Oh, you're right, Synecdoche. I totally forgot about that. I forgot about Synecdoche or whatever.
Synecdoche?
That's how it looks when you look at it. It's not Synecdoche.
Yeah. Synecdoche is another amazing one, which Spike was also a part of. I think he helped produce it.
Yeah, it's funny though because I always get that and Dogville mixed up, and they're totally different movies.
Really?
Yeah.
I kind of see the connection though because they're both like movies, they're both definitely weird, but they're also like very kind of meta, in reference to, I guess, performance and theatrics, and then taken into a more surreal, realistic context. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's interesting. It's layers. It's deep.
It's just the way that it is. It's like whenever you watch anything that he's involved in, there's always that sort of, and I like that you mentioned body dysmorphia because that's also another theme in Anomalisa too.
Yeah, like I actually recently watched Being John Malkovich after never seeing it before, and I watched Anomalisa way before I saw Being John Malkovich, and I definitely saw a lot of inspiration being taken from Being John Malkovich because you have the whole thing where a lot of it is centered around the pain and the awkwardness around relationships and how we kind of use each other in a more kind of cynical reality. I don't know. And the whole like kind of objectification of people, like in Being John Malkovich with the ventriloquism, like the dummies and stuff. How John Cusack's character kind of used the dolls to recreate his fantasies, and then that ends up manifesting into the whole Malkovich situation, and then Anomalisa with the whole concept of it all being stop motion animation, even though it absolutely doesn't need to be.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be at all.
Yeah, but it's still, at the same time, it needed to be because, like, if you haven't watched Anomalisa, like, immediately you notice, you've got, you got the protagonist, and he looks like himself, but then every other character in the background, or even, I don't know, like his wife, they all have the same exact voice, they have the same exact face.
David Selwyn's voice.
Huh?
It's David Selwyn's voice.
Oh, it's all his same voice?
I'm sorry, no, they're all Tom Noonan's voice. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. I know David Selwyn is the protagonist, and I love his voice.
Yeah, they all have Tom Noonan's voice. So weird.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and then except for that one character, right?
Yeah, Anomalisa herself is the only like different looking person, which is, I don't know, I think his name was Michael, the protagonist in Anomalisa.
It is. Yeah.
And it's not only like how he felt, but also kind of strictly how he got to see other people in his middle-aged life. I don't know, it's kind of deviating from the whole Spike Jonze conversation, but continuing on that, I could definitely see where they pull, like, inspiration from each other, most definitely. I think Spike Jonze's best works were the ones where he collaborated with Charlie Kaufman, frankly.
I'm going to disagree with you, and I'll get into
I know you are.
I'll get into why when we get to that point in his career, but right now we're at 1999, and we're at the brilliance of Being John Malkovich, which, if you guys have not seen this movie, it is about a man who finds a portal into the mind of John Malkovich on the New Jersey Turnpike.
Yeah.
That man is played by John Cusack.
Yeah. Other than that, it's like really kind of hard to explain because it's just kind of, I don't know. It's not random because all the pieces are there, but like looking at it with no context or whatever, like without the story, just the, I don't know, the elements by themselves. It's just like you have his wife who wants a baby and she's like kind of distant and she's got all these animals and a pet chimpanzee in their tiny apartment. And then you've also got Catherine Keener who likes to sleep around and she's kind of like, not an adrenaline junkie, but she's just one of those people who's always looking for new experiences.
I think she's missing a connection.
People.
Honestly, that's not how I read that. I read that as her wanting a connection with a human being, but not being able to find the right one.
You think so? I think she was very distant. She was just like, oh, I don't really need to be with anybody. Like, she just...
I feel like that's all defense mechanisms. You know what I mean?
I guess I could see that. I don't know. Like, hers was kind of a vague, like, kind of hard to read character, too. Because, like, I don't know. We can't get into spoilers. I don't know if we'd want to do that. But things happen in the movie to where, like, more about her character is definitely revealed in a personal sense. But it's still very, like, I don't know. It's just kind of a disorienting experience.
Are we going to talk about the career best performance from Cameron Diaz?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Well, she's fantastic
in
it. Like, I'm not usually like a huge follower of her work. I think she's a good actress, but in that movie, she was a great actress. Like,
I don't find her to be particularly good, and I think she's fantastic in this.
Yeah. She's like, I don't know. I think she's my favorite character in that movie, other than John Malkovich.
Right? I think John Malkovich is just unhinged, and it's amazing.
Yeah. Like, I don't know, it's so funny because they portray him, or he portrays himself, I don't know, as like someone who's just like kind of quiet and just like kind of a normal kind of regular Joe Schmo, only he's John Malkovich. And then everyone is just like, oh my God, it's John Malkovich. I want to be in your brain and use your body and blah, blah, blah. I think that contrast is really funny.
It really is funny. I think you're totally right on that. It is pretty funny. After this amazing film, he went on to do Fat Boy Slim's Praise You video, and he's actually in the video himself.
Oh.
He's the lead dancer in it, yeah.
Oh, shit. I need to see that.
It's amazing. The song's great, but basically the video stems around a fictional dance group called the Torrance Community Dance Group who do an improv dance to the song Praise You by Fat Boy Slim.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny. Then we got the Weezer Islands in the Sun video, Tenacious D Wonder Boy, and then Fat Boy Slim's Weapon of Choice. That is an amazing video. Have you seen it yet? Finally?
Oh, yeah, I have. No, you showed it to me. It was like all the way back in Sundance.
Yeah, back in January. Yeah, that video is amazing. I love it. It's so good.
Christopher Walken is in it.
Just
for those of you who don't know.
Christopher Walken dancing.
He goes bananas.
He's going bananas in a hotel lobby.
It's so cute. I wonder what Christopher Walken is doing now.
Probably just being cool.
I haven't seen him in a second.
Oh. 2002, big year. He did a commercial for Levi's, a Beck video, a Pavement video, 2 Bjork videos, and then at the end of the year, he did the film that really put him on the map as a director, Adaptation.
Okay, so Adaptation is my favorite movie of his, period. It was actually the first movie that was another one, but it was the second movie that I ever saw of his. And I had no idea he directed it. But Nicolas Cage is in it. Nicolas Cage plays Charlie Kaufman. Times two. For some reason. And I think Adaptation is one of the most brilliant movies of all time, at least of this century. And I think it really put like existentialist kind of meta filmmaking on the map, I always find myself coming back to it because it's such a fucking crazy movie. Like, structurally and in its elements, the characters are really fucking weird. They're just like, I know, it's kind of like watching adaptation is like, it's like the foreshadowing of Tiger King in a way.
Yeah.
That's what it kind of makes me think of now. It's just like, it's about, I don't know, it's about reality and fiction, and it's about, you know, the attempt of trying to make an adaptation. It's literally about Charlie Kaufman's effort to try and adapt a book by, what's her name, Susan Orleans,
the architect.
Yeah. And he just wanted to make a movie about flowers or orchids is the thing, because that's what her book was about. But then it's also about him struggling as a writer, as a screenwriter within the industry, struggling with his own image and masculinity and sexuality, and then he's also dealing with his twin, which they also, like, funnily enough, dealing with the whole meta thing. They even included it in their credits. They credited the twin, I think. Like, they said, at the end of the movie, they credited both Charlie Kaufman and then his twin. I forget the twin's name, but the other Kaufman.
Donald.
Yeah, Donald. They cited them both as writers, which really confused me.
That goes into my next point, because this thing was nominated for all the awards, 4 Academy Awards, including a win for Chris Cooper for Best Supporting Actor, a nomination for Best Actor for Nicolas Cage, which he probably should have won, Best Actress in a Supporting Role for Meryl Streep, and of course Best Adapted Screenplay for Charlie Kaufman twice.
For twice?
It says Charlie Kaufman and Charlie Kaufman, yeah.
Oh my God, that's great.
It was nominated for 5 Golden Globes, 4 BAFTAs, a partridge, and a pear tree. AFI also named it the best film of 2003.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone can argue that, really. I don't know.
Adaptation is incredible.
Yeah, you know what it is. It is incredible. It's like, how does a movie like this exist? I remember when I first saw it, I was 12 years old, and my little tiny brain was like mind fucked. I was blown. I couldn't stop thinking about it for a week, and I didn't even know if I liked it or not. But I was trying to understand, you know, what it was doing and what it does, or just like, it just does so many clever things, so many clever and crazy things that only Charlie Kaufman and Spike Jonze could have delivered together. Maybe Michel Gondry.
Michel Gondry could have done it, yeah.
Yeah, but no matter what, Charlie Kaufman had to be involved in it somehow. I think of course, Spike directed it, and it was his delivery and vision that brought it to life and everything, and he brought his humor and humanity to it, and the stark awkwardness of the characters and their relationships. He's really great at that. I'm pretty sure that's in every single movie he's ever made. It's just awkwardness and relationships and sex and all that. Yeah. It's just,
true.
Just like, if you haven't seen adaptation yet, don't look up any trailers. Don't look up, anything. Don't spoil it for yourself. Just gotta let it wash over you.
After that, he had a very light year in 2003. He only did a compilation video for Girl Skateboards and a Phantom Planet video, along with some compilations coming out that had his stuff on it.
Mm-hmm.
Then 2004, he did Y Control by the AAS, which is a great song.
Yeah, him and Karen O actually dated for a time. Which
they did, I'm jealous.
Well, they ended up breaking up, so...
I don't care, I'm jealous. Like,
fair enough.
I'm jealous completely. 2005, Bjork and the Medulla videos came out.
Oh, Medulla's a great album.
Yeah.
It's really hard to get into, though, because it's literally all
weird
Icelandic a cappella, and, like, it's interesting. Listen to
I can't do it.
It got
07, I can't do it, man. I tried.
It's hard. It's not a very conventional album, not even to listen to. not really
No.
something I listen to it on my daily whatever, but it's definitely a mood.
So if you guys need to know how weird shit really is.
That's just the surface level, dude.
2007, he did a video for Lakai Skateboards. And then in 2008, he worked with Kanye West for the first time to do the Flashing Lights video. Which is weird.
That was the one with the little Muppet, right?
Yeah, no. I think so. I have no idea.
Yeah. I never finished that one because I was just never too into Kanye West. I still am not because I don't know. He's good. I just haven't delved through his discography. So I'm just I'll save it for later.
2009, he did a short film called We Were Once a Fairy Tale, which also is a Kanye West thing. It's a short film they did with Kanye.
No, wasn't that the one with the puppet?
That might have been the one with the puppet.
No, I think that was the one with the puppet.
Yeah.
I just wanted to watch it for the puppet.
It's 14 minutes long.
Yeah.
There's a documentary that he did too, a 39-minute short that he did about Maurice Sendak, and that leads me into his next motion picture. That is in 2009 as well, and that is Where the Wild Things Are.
Which is a great movie.
I love the movie.
It's so good.
It is. Not as many awards as his previous film, but it took him 7 years to do another feature.
It actually got really mixed reviews when it came out because
I don't get it.
Well, because it's Where the Wild Things Are, which is a property directed towards children, right?
It is. It's a great children's book.
Yeah, it's it's gonna be around forever. But when people saw it in theaters, apparently what happened was it went the Dark Crystal route, and apparently the Karens said it was too scary. It was too edgy to be a kids movie. So last I checked, I think it had this was a while ago, but last I checked, I think it had a 69 on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's insane to me because it's so good.
Yeah, especially if you're I don't know, especially if you're not familiar with Spike Jonze and what his kind of I don't know, method as a director is and what his voice is like, it might be kind of jarring for people who are unfamiliar with that and just want to see some kiddie bullshit. I don't know. But
I'm about to go off on a tangent here on this.
Do it.
Because it pissed me off. I saw this movie in October of 2009 when it came out. I loved this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I literally was counting down the days till the DVD at the time came out because I bought that too. Still have it right here in front of me. The DVD for Where the Wild Things Are.
I love Blu-ray too.
And I love the cast. Max Records is great as Max. Cassie Keener as Mom. James Gandolfini as the lead Wild Thing, Carol.
Yeah.
Lauren Ambrose as K-Dub is great. I love Chris Cooper in this. I love Catherine O'Hara in this. I love Forrest Whitaker in this, and Paul Dano is also great. Everything is great. Carter Burwell's score is perfect. Karen O helping Carter Burwell make that score is perfect. All Is Love is an amazing track from that movie. I love this movie.
I think that's how you know you met a real one, is when someone goes gaga over Where the Wild Things Are. I have my Blu-ray still, and I also have the soundtrack with Karen O and the Kids. Not the Carter Burwell one, unfortunately, although I really, really want it. But
it's on Apple Music. You can just listen to it whenever you want.
Yeah, that's true. But, guess how old I was when this movie came out.
Oh, I know how old you were. You were 9 years old.
I was 9 years old. I was the age to see this movie. I was the same age as Max, or what Max was supposed to be. I was 9 years old. It came out in 2009. I remember seeing the trailer for the first time in theaters and seeing first you hear the quiet and you hear these big footsteps, and then you see Max look up and you see him see the horn of Carol's monster horn, and I immediately knew what it was. I was like, oh my god, is this Where the Wild Things Are? And then they played Arcade Fire over the trailer. I think it's called Wake Up.
It is called Wake Up. That is the exact one. It's such a good trailer.
Oh my God. And I just got chills all over my little child body. I've never experienced that before.
It's such a great trailer. It really is.
Yeah. And immediately I knew I had to see this weird looking, creepy looking, amazing, adorable looking movie. And when I did see it, I watched it with my family, and like all of us were in tears at the end of it.
It's so beautiful.
At the first watch. Yeah. It's a really incredible statement on childhood and just like all the conflicting things you have to go through, and just kind of your formative years and the turmoil and the emotion. It's all like personified with the monsters, which is absolutely
I agree.
Genius.
Yeah. One of the other themes that I think it does well is it shows the world that when you're a kid, everything seems big. All problems are big and small. They're large to you. And that you're, and one of my favorite things is when he comes back and his mom grabs him and hugs him, and she says, "I'll eat you up. I love you so." And it's just,
yeah,
every time,
every time, so beautiful. Just like everything about it is perfect, and it's a really short movie. I don't know if it's like. Long. Yeah, like the duration, I don't really care whether or not the duration is long, but it feels like a short movie because so much happens kind of all at once, and then all of a sudden it's over, and you're like, you go to so many places and you go through so many emotions watching that movie. And like, as we said, the score is perfect. Jones and Carter Burwell have consistently collaborated up until this point, I think.
Yes.
And he created an amazing score. I actually I rewatched it not too long ago too, to show it to Landon, my boyfriend, and it still holds up. Like all the special effects and shit. Like you really get the feel that these monsters are huge, but they're also like plush or something, and gravity doesn't quite work the same on their island, and it's just like it's so magical. It's such a great movie.
It sits at a 73%, so it is officially fresh.
Officially.
As it should effing be. This is not a question.
Rotten Tomatoes.
Bunch of assholes.
What even is Rotten Tomatoes? I don't trust Rotten Tomatoes.
I trust them, because they know what they're doing. But,
some of them.
Fuck it.
To a point. Like, I always trust the audience score. But it's always interesting to see, like, the contrast between the critic score and the audience score. I think that's always really interesting.
I don't trust the audience score because I've seen some of those audiences.
I mean, when it comes to, like, big movies like Marvel movies and shit, you know that they're already going to be positive. Which
is why I don't trust them.
What is it, Captain Marvel? Like, oh, I hate Allison Brie now.
I didn't hate that movie because of her. I just like the movie because it's boring.
I actually thought it was not that bad, but that's a whole other discussion.
So I just checked all the Rotten Tomato scores so far for his 3 features. We have a 93 for Malkovich, a 91 for Adaptation, and a 73 for Where the Wild Things Are. So we are fresh all the way.
How is Adaptation lower than John Malkovich, though?
Maybe it's the fresh look. I don't know.
That is astounding. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. But after 2009, he did the short film called I'm Here. He did a lot of shorts in 2010.
Yeah. I'm Here was actually an ad for some sort of, wasn't it like some sort of liquor?
I think it might have been, yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like it was. It's a guy with a box on his head.
No, they're the robots.
Yeah. Oh, is it a robot?
Have you not seen it? Have you not seen it?
I've seen it.
Oh,
I just don't remember what it's for. The Vampire Attack looks like another ad here. With Max records in it, again.
Aww.
LCD Sound System's Drawn Girls video, and then, of course, the Arcade Fire video for The Suburbs.
Yeah.
People don't know about this album. The Arcade Fire Suburbs won the Grammy for Record of the Year that year, Album of the Year that year, and it's a great album by the Arcade Fire.
Yeah, it's a really solid album. Man, that was 2010.
Yep.
Damn, that was 10 years ago, dude.
Yep.
How is that so long ago already?
I don't know.
Damn. I remember listening to The Suburbs and checking out the music video on iTunes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It's like 11. I don't even use iTunes anymore.
Nobody does. I use Apple Music. It's called Apple Music now. They don't have iTunes anymore.
I just use YouTube.
11.
It's free.
So a compilation of Beastie Boys videos, which he was on, of course. To Die by Your Side, a short that he did. And then, of course, the Jay-Z and Kanye West video for Otis. 2012, he just did one thing called Pretty Sweet, which is a skate video. And let's get into the big one, 2013.
The big one.
He did Choose You short film, Arcade Fire's Afterlife live version, and then a Lady Gaga live version of Dope. But then at the end of the year, a movie came out that changed everything. He wrote and directed 2013's Her.
Yep.
And won an Academy fucking award.
For screenplay,
right? Won an Academy Award for screenplay.
Hey.
And did he deserve it? Absolutely. What a goddamn movie this is, Her. 95% on Rotten Tomatoes, so we're still fresh. And it's the highest rated film.
Nice.
This one sees a very lonely man named Theodore Twombly, who is divorced, put a new OS on his computer by the name of Samantha. They begin a relationship with one another based solely on the experiences that they get from each other. It's a beautiful film that discusses love and being and existentialism and depression and unhappiness with oneself.
Yeah. It also speaks a lot on technology, too, and artificial intelligence in general and what direction that could go, which is also fascinating.
And I think one of the other cool themes about it is the necessity of touch to a relationship.
Interesting.
Because Samantha, at a certain point in the movie, says that she wants to touch him, to feel him, to know what he is as a person, to know what he feels like.
Yeah.
But she can't because she's AI. I mean, she's an OS. This one also has a song in it from Carano. It's the Moon Song with Ezra Koenig from The Amazing Vampire Weekend. And, of course, Arcade Fire did the score for this one.
Yeah. Oh, what was it? Song on the Beach? Da, 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 da.
I really like the Moon Song. I'm flying.
Yeah. I still sing the Moon Song. I still listen to it every day.
I'm learning the ukulele, and that's the one song I want to play on it.
Yeah? Oh, my God. I'd love to hear that.
My dear.
But that's another thing that, I mean, anyone listening, anyone who has observed even an inkling, even a shred of Spike Jonze's career, is he's such an amazing and positive collaborator. His talent has bled into so many other like artistries, which we're going to get into even more, but he's done a lot with music, obviously, sports and the whole aesthetic of that, like skateboarding and stuff, which is awesome. Kind of similar to like Harmony Korine in that respect. And then he's also done Jackass, which is great. He's also done acting too.
We're going to get into that.
Yes, we will.
One of the things that I think is underrated about Her is the cinematography by Hoyt van Hoytma.
I love the cinematography.
It's such a beautiful film, and Hoyt didn't really gain a lot of attention until he started working with Nolan.
What? Okay, so describe the cinematography of Her in one word.
Dreamy.
I would say intimate.
There's a dreaminess to it. There's like a dreamy
intimacy. It has like this really it's like very warm and very close, and there's a lot of bokeh. There's
so much bokeh.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pinks and browns, though. That's what I think you mean. There's a lot of pinks and browns in the movie.
Yeah, pinks, browns, but also kind of like pastel, very modern, contemporary kind of colors going on.
Yeah.
it's a very interesting look, especially because what they're implying also is that this is in kind of the near future.
In LA, yep.
Yeah, it's not quite, on the map to being cyberpunk, but it's kind of heading in that direction almost, especially with the operating systems.
Yes.
And I don't know, personally, I think what I got the most out of that movie, because I watched it a while ago too, so I had kind of marked off like relationships at the time as well. So I think in that respect it also didn't hit me as hard because I didn't have that reference yet.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of it for me also comes from like the philosophy of like what is living and what is feeling and what is intimacy, especially from the perspective of someone who doesn't have a human body. And in that, it's also like it pulls a lot from being John Malkovich is kind of what I felt in how relationships can be so stilted and so awkward, and you have no idea how you're going to navigate. And sometimes they don't work, but they do. They're not supposed to work, but it ends up happening anyway. And Spike is really good at conveying that in like juggling all these like really human emotions and obstacles, no matter how small and petty they are. It could be anything from, being lonely to being like really insecure within your body, and he's able to deliver that so subtly. It's like in your subconscious while you're watching it.
I think that's one of the things that is prevalent with music video directors in general, just this understanding of humanity and being able to relate to the emotions of their material.
Mm-hmm.
Because music is a very emotional medium, and if you can relate to it, think about it. Some of his videos are goofy, but they fit so well, and they are so iconic because they fit so well.
Yeah, there's like there's like a humble. I mean, if you when you like watch Spike being himself, he's just kind of like, he's not your usual image for a director, I would think. Like,
not at all.
I wouldn't want to compare him to other people, but he's kind of a standout guy in that he's like more quiet and more reserved, and he's, like I said, he's more of a collaborator than a dictator.
Here's
at least on how he presents himself and how that kind of translates into his films.
I think if Steven Spielberg is a classical orchestra, Spike Jonze is a lo-fi beat.
Yes. You should put that on a pillow.
Spike Jonze is a lo-fi beat. Now,
that is so true, though.
To your earlier point, he did some acting. He actually has a role in Her.
Yes, I know who.
And he plays one of the coolest characters in the movie, the alien child that Theodore plays the video game of. A little bastard.
Yeah. He always plays, like, not always, but, like, in his movies, sometimes he plays, like, these kind of, like, I don't know, these tiny, like, weird little parts. Like, in Where the Wild Things Are, he played Bob and Terry.
Yes, he did. He played Bob and
Terry.
Who
are the owls, and it's literally just, like, they're squawking. And that's Spike Jonze.
Mm-hmm. But it's funny because he actually had two other acting roles that year and two other really good movies that came out that year in 2013. Along with Her, he was in an uncredited role in The Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh, yeah.
And, of course, he plays Gloria, Grandma, in Jackass Presents Bad Grandpa.
2.0.
And 0.5. Which came out the next year.
Yeah. I wish they kept her in the
good.
original version. He is. Like, he could very well just be an actor and just do that. He's hilarious.
He really is. It's sad, though, that he hasn't really done anything except for a TV special, and he was on Girls for an episode, which I'm sorry that he had to go there. I'm sorry he had to deal with Lena Dunham.
I haven't seen Girls. I don't know.
It's...
No? I heard such hype from it when it came out.
Yeah, well...
I guess not.
I mean, the only thing it gave us was Adam Driver, which I'm thankful for.
Yeah. That's the main thing I always heard about Girls was just Adam Driver.
That's all drink the water.
He's done so much now, Adam Driver, that like I forget that he was even on Girls. I think Girls was like what brought him the notoriety.
Yeah.
And then he ended up in like Star Wars and working with Jim Jarmusch and Jim Jarmusch
and that
again.
Jim Jarmusch
I'm
movie
realizing,
is amazing, actually.
Yeah, I still need to see that too.
You'll like it. It's really good.
Yeah, I did. I really liked The Dead Don't Die. Jim Jarmusch, I think, is also one of those directors who really improves the more he works.
I think Dead Man's still one of his best, and it's like one of his first. So.
Yeah. And then what came after Her?
After Her, he did a Kanye West video with Paul McCartney for Only One. He did a ad for Kenzo World Perfume,
which is amazing.
It's a great ad. It is.
I forget who the choreographer is. Is it Ryan? I think it might be Ryan Heffington. Who's one of my favorite dance choreographers of all time. He did, he choreographed pretty much every like big music video. The Sia music videos put him on the map. But do you remember the actresses? Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, no, it's Margaret Qualley who's in it.
Margaret Qualley, yeah. At first I was like, Mackenzie Davis? No, that's San Junipero.
No, Margaret Qualley,
really
who was in 3 movies last year.
Yeah. I'm so sad that we missed Olivia Wilde's short at Sundance, too.
Yeah, that was
I heard Margaret Qualley is in. Yeah.
I heard good things.
Oh, yeah, she was in Once Upon a Time, too. Once Upon a Time in America.
You know what? Who the cinematographer was for that Kenzo World commercial?
No.
Hoyt van Hoytma.
Hey, and it's like such great cinematography. It's such a fun little short. I don't even care that it's a perfume commercial. It's just Margaret Qualley, like, being at a rich place, feeling like she doesn't fit in, crying, and then she dances her heart out. And it's so great. Oh. And it looks like it was really complex filmmaking because where they filmed at, like there were mirrors everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I personally liked it. I thought it was really, really good. I really liked it. I thought it was a cool commercial. His next thing that he did, he took 2 years off and then he didn't do anything until 2018. He did the Welcome Home short with FKA Twigs that Apple used for their HomePod.
My girl. I love that.
Yeah, one. I know you like FKA Twigs.
I love her. Oh, my queen.
She died. Her music's pretty good. It's pretty good. You showed me a few of her songs, and I'm like, yeah, that's good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's good. I'm all right with it. He's been mainly doing commercials though, because then he's got a Squarespace commercial that he did in 2019 with Idris Elba.
I feel like I saw that one, but I was just like, I feel like it was one of those like weird, creepy commercials.
It probably was.
I don't know. I think it just came on randomly. Like it comes on randomly in theaters, and I'm just like, what am I watching?
He did a Aziz Ansari TV special for Netflix in 2019 as well. And then this year he did the Beastie Boys story, which is an interesting... He did something really interesting with that, because I've seen it now, the Beastie Boys story. He has the 2 living Beastie Boys on stage. And they're just telling stories about where they came from, how they got there, and all that. And it's in front of a live audience.
Wow.
It's really weirdly done. But also, it sort of just works. It is cool if you're into the Beastie Boys, too. It's really, really cool little experience.
Yeah. I do need to watch it, but
if
Landon was here, I'd put him on because he's the one who saw it.
Yeah, it's Apple TV Plus. It's not bad. If you had to pick, what is your favorite thing that Jones has ever done and why?
That's hard.
We didn't even mention that he's in 3 Kings, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Tiny role.
Yeah.
It's so random.
Yeah.
I don't know. Can I, choose a thing from each kind of, like a movie and then a music video?
One! Now, you can do one video and one of his songs.
Okay. All right, that makes it easier. So for feature films, definitely adaptation for me, because it's just had such an incredible impact on how I think about movies and structures. And I just love to think about it, just like, oh my God, that the performances and the duality of everything and how the music is used. I listen to the soundtrack on a daily basis. I think Fatboy Slim also did a remix, which is featured on the soundtrack of the main theme, I think, which is really interesting. You could see his connections everywhere. But I think I would say adaptation is my favorite.
Yeah.
Desert Island, I would take adaptation with me. And then favorite music video.
There's so many good ones. So many good ones.
I think you know what I'm gonna pick.
It's Oh So Quiet, or something else.
I have to.
Yeah.
I have to. It's just like, I love
your
all
Bjork
his work.
so.
But it's not just like it's Bjork's song, but just like you get the sense that it really is like a classical type musical scenario. Like, you have all the choreography, you have the spirit that Bjork brings, that Spike brings, with the color and just the overall tone of it and the cheekiness of it. And Bjork was also pregnant while they were filming it, which honestly I didn't know until I actually did research behind it, and I was like, holy shit, she was pregnant the whole time. So that's why she's like wearing the loose-fitting dress and stuff. And then
that yellow dress, though, is iconic.
I need it. I need that dress.
Iconic.
That is, it is iconic. And yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's just such a sweet music video. And then the end of it, when she's like lifted on some sort of like, I don't know, some sort of lift, some sort of crane. It's like a crane shot, but they keep Bjork right dead center in the picture while everyone is behind her and wind blows through her hair, and it's so grand.
I was just going to say that. I love the framing of that. You totally took the words out of my mouth.
Hey, same wavelength. So yeah, those are my picks.
Those are great picks, great picks. I think everybody in the existence of the world knows what my favorite piece of anything that Spike's ever done is. So when it comes to a movie, we know what the answer is.
Yeah.
It's got to be her.
It's her.
It's just so good.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a lovely piece of cinema. There's such intimacy there. There's so much feeling and emotion going into it. I feel like even Amy Adams' like performance is like so understated but so good.
Yeah. Everyone's performances, actually. I really loved Olivia Wilde's very brief appearance in the movie. Just like how like flawed all the characters are.
Yeah. Well, who is it? Rooney Mara is also really fucking good in it. Oh
yeah. I bet that's the set that she and Joaquin met, right? And ended up getting together.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
How funny is that?
So see, there you go. That's another positive that her has going for it right there.
Yeah.
Those two together.
One of the most gorgeous couples in Hollywood.
They are pretty couple. I want to have a mustache as good as Theodore Twombly's mustache in her.
Right? Same. He's got a beautiful mustache. Oh my gosh, but have you seen that? I'm going to go here, but have you seen that one meme about Joaquin Phoenix's forehead?
Yes.
Okay, good. Just checking.
I have.
It like looks like a little face. And when he wrinkles his forehead, it looks like he's smiling.
Yes. It's the only time you'll see him smiling in this movie.
That is true. Except when he's with his Samantha friend. Oh, yeah, we didn't even say ScarJo's name at all.
No, she's brilliant. But Kristen Wiig also has a really tiny part in it, too. That's really funny.
Oh, I'm trying to remember what she did.
When he calls the sex line.
That was her?
That was Kristen Wiig, yeah.
She was the sex kitten?
Yep.
Oh, my God.
You didn't know that?
No.
Oh, yeah, she's sexy kitten, dude.
Oh, my God. Oh, do you know Soko? The musical artist?
Yeah, I'm familiar.
She also plays a tiny part in her, but I can't find her in it. And apparently she goes uncredited. It's so random.
Yeah, she plays Isabella. Because that's not the first time that Spike's worked with Soko.
No, I forget on what, though.
To Die by Your Side.
To Die by Your
short.
Side?
The short that he did in 2011, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, she's in it.
I'll have to see that.
You should. It's really
I
good.
love Soko, too. If y'all don't know Soko, just listen to her, and she's also an actress, and she's really cool.
So if you heathens out there have never seen her, just fucking do it. It's on Netflix. Yeah. You can't really screw it up.
You can't screw it up. How can you screw that up?
Just go see the damn movie.
Yeah. Go see it. It's a pleasant movie, but also not. Yeah. It's pleasant but sad.
It's just cry tears all day. Constantly crying. Well,
it's funny, though, because that movie is so you. Like, I associate it with you now. It's like your Hallmark movie.
It is me. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with being notoriously known for that. It's not even my favorite film of all time, but it is one of them.
What is your favorite film of all time?
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Okay. I was like, am I missing something?
Yeah, no. Charlie Kaufman's Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, directed by Michelle Gondry.
Yeah.
Love it. But in regards to my favorite music video, it's going to be Buddy Holly because it's a great song.
That's
and the
true.
video, which is, if you haven't seen Buddy Holly's video by Weezer, he basically puts Weezer inside the 70s sitcom Happy Days.
Yeah.
It's kind of insane. And they don't even look out of place. Yeah.
No, they don't. It fits so well.
It's so funny because they're in Happy Days, and one of the first lyrics of the song is, "What's with these homies dissing my girl? Why do they got a front?" Which is like,
good.
That doesn't fit at all.
It's like, what's his name? Like, introduces them. He does his little shtick or whatever, and it's like super like corny, like a sitcom set and everything. And then it gets into that live that you're talking about.
It's not even a set, Jay. That's actual footage from the TV show.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wait, I'm confused.
So that whole scene is a scene from Happy Days.
I thought they built that set.
No.
Wait,
so what they did was they built a set similar to it, but the actual characters moving in and out are actually from the sitcom because a lot of those people were dead.
I did not realize that. Wait, I'm gonna watch it over again so they Forrest Gumped it, is what you're saying, basically.
Yeah.
Holy shit! Wow.
Well,
today I learned. I'm gonna look at it right now.
If you guys,
it's probably gonna make sense once I see it.
Yeah, I think it will. If you guys have not seen some of Spike Jonze's work, you're missing out. The guy is just such a unique and interesting figure in cinema, and he makes his projects are always so different from one another. This is what makes him, to me, my favorite director, because he's not doing things normally. He's doing things that are so interesting. And if you ever want to see great movies that are really interestingly done, watch movies made by music video directors.
Yes.
Gloria
I would 100%
Sigismondi,
back that.
Great director. She's done some great stuff. Mark Webb, even though the Amazing Spider-Man, the Spectacular Spider-Man movies or whatever, those other ones with Andrew Garfield were in, aren't great.
Yeah.
His take on 500 Days of Summer is amazing. He's a music video director. Mark Romanek has done some amazing films. He's a music video director, primarily.
Yeah.
I think that if you guys have ever seen the Amazing Hella Good video, by no doubt, that's Mark Romanek. Like, in a nutshell. Just black and white, gritty, grungy, dirty, disgusting. Floria Sigismondi, like I said, she's amazing. If you want to support women directors and music video directors, which you should because she's amazing.
Yeah. David Slade.
Yeah, that's another one.
Yeah, so, he directed Hard Candy, but he also did a bunch of music videos for people like Aphex Twin, Muse, Stereophonics, Tori Amos. A lot of Muse. Jesus Christ.
Just don't watch Floria's new movie because it's not good. It's called The Turning, and it's not good.
Ew!
Yeah.
Wait, what else did they... direct before the turning? It was something good, wasn't it?
Floria, you could watch episodes of American Gods, Handmaid's Tale, Daredevil. She's done a lot of TV. She did some episodes of Hemlock Grove. She did some David Bowie movies or music videos. She's worked with Sigur Rós.
Oh, I love Sigur Rós.
Katy Perry, Dead Weathers. She did the Dive by the Drop video for Dead Weather, which is amazing, by the way.
Interesting.
The Runaways. If you've never seen The Runaways, it's an amazing movie.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Supermassive Black Hole video from Muse?
I feel like I did. I liked the song at one point.
Blue Orchid by White Stripes?
Mm-mm.
Megalomaniac by Incubus?
No, I haven't.
These are all movies that music videos that she's done. She has been doing music videos since the mid-90s, and she's just brilliant. Have you seen Tourniquet or Beautiful People by Marilyn Manson?
Yes, I have. Definitely.
She did both those videos.
Oh. Let's see. I'm trying to look up. There's this one music video director who directed the Bleed Like Me video for Garbage. She's also an amazing director. She also directed for people like Ellie Goulding.
Yeah, you're talking about the Garbage video, right?
Yeah, I love that music
Sophie
video
Muller.
so many times. Sophie Muller?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's see. Music video, Sophie Muller. Yeah. If you look up Sophie Muller's videography, I think she's only ever done music videos. But she's directed music videos for literally everyone.
Yeah.
You've got Annie Lennox.
One Direction.
You've got Björk again.
One Direction.
Jeff
Gwen Stefani.
Weezer, she did the Say Ain't So.
I love that video.
The Cure. Yeah. No Doubt, Blur.
Lana Del Rey.
Oh, yeah. Sparkle Horse. It's like the amazing, range. These
Beyonce.
more obscure. Beyonce. Blur. If I haven't already.
She did the video for Birdie's Skinny Love cover.
She did?
Mm-hmm.
Damn. The Cardigans, Sarah
She
McLachlan.
did the Lights video for Ellie Goulding? I love that
Yes,
video.
she did. I love the song. The video is okay,
amazing.
but
that song
she did
is
do
amazing.
that.
Oh,
it
that
is.
Pop.
Oh my gosh.
She did Use Somebody by Kings of Leon?
Mm-hmm. Coldplay,
that sounds amazing.
PJ Harvey. Oh, she did this great PJ Harvey.
Everybody, dude.
Yeah, literally everyone.
She did the Smile video for Lily Allen. That's a great video.
She did. She
did the Fix You video. Fix You by Coldplay.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so basically all the Killers.
Mr. Brightside by the Killers? What?
Yeah, she's literally directed every important music video ever next to Michelle Gondry. And
that is some icon. This Love by Maroon 5 back when they were actually playing real music?
Yep. Real music.
Song 2 by Blur?
Yep. Hips Don't Lie by Shakira.
Oh my God. She's done
She Wants
everything.
Revenge. She did These Things, which was the video with the Shirley Manson cameo, which was
you
amazing.
ain't got to tell me. I know exactly which one it is.
Oh my God.
She's done all this great stuff. Holy crap.
Right? So it's just like...
Anything with Shirley Manson in it is hot, first of all.
Yes.
Because she's a babe.
I feel like Shirley Manson could, legit be an actress, too.
She's a babe.
She is a babe. Oh, my gosh. She's like she's like a noir queen, kind of. Like neo-noir, spy thriller.
She did Don't Speak by No Doubt? Are you kidding me? You want to talk about iconic music videos.
She's done everything.
Shit.
She's one of my favorite music video directors of all time.
She's done just everything.
An incredible undertaking ever since the 80s. So if anyone has anything to take away from this, watch everything that Spike Jonze has ever had to offer. And then, give music video directors a chance. Because, I only recently started paying attention to music video directors. And now I'm always looking at, music videos. I'm like, oh, my God, this is amazing. Who directed this? I need to keep an eye on this person. because so many music video directors have brought, not only are they kind of shaping pop culture itself, but a lot of them make that transition, like Spike, into making really great films. So yeah,
they can even make. You never know. A music video director can make the next film that changes your life. Look at me.
Exactly.
I was already almost 30 years old when her came out. Well, I was late 20s. Oh, no. I was like 25 when that movie came out, and it changed my damn life at 25 years old.
Yeah. You gotta have movies like that. Because they're hard to find. They're kind of hard to find.
They really are. And I think that it's so important that we as a society, we as people have those movies that we can look at and say, man, I never thought that would be something that could change my life, but it does. And it comes down to storytelling, I think.
Mhm. It always does. Pretty much.
And people can talk about how good or bad a movie looks, but at the end of the day, if it doesn't hit you in the right places, the movie's never going to stick with you. That is why this Her 7 years later, still 8 years later, still sticks with me. Like I can remember every scene in that movie from the first time I saw it, and I've seen it several times since then. But it just hits me.
Ooh.
Every time.
Wait, can I test you on your Her knowledge?
You can.
Okay, so I have two questions. What is the first line of Her?
It's Dear Catherine.
What's the last line?
I don't remember. I think it's I love you.
Something like that. Okay.
But the first line is Dear Catherine. He goes like he's writing a letter. It says, or to my. It's actually to my. Those are the first words because he's writing a letter for a husband from a wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's like to my something, and yeah, I'm not good with remembering the characters in the movie. Lines are never my thing.
I still remember more than I did.
Lines are never my thing. That's kind of my thing, though. You know what's funny? Scarlett Johansson was not the first choice for Samantha. People don't know that.
Was it supposed to be someone whose name is Emily?
No, it was supposed to be Samantha. It was supposed to originally be played
Samantha
by
Morton?
Samantha Morton. That's why she's called Samantha, yeah.
Oh, I always get her mixed up with, what's her name? Emily Mortimer?
Yeah, I can see why. They're both British, but, you know, they look very different. One of them is in Control. The other one is not.
Yes.
I love Control. It's about, if you guys haven't seen Control, it's about Ian Curtis, the lead singer and creative force behind Joy Division.
Yeah, I started watching that one.
It's just a fantastic movie. Black and white, directed by another music video director.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, you didn't know that, did you?
Nope.
Yeah,
it makes sense, though.
It's directed by Anton Corbijn.
Interesting.
The music video director, and a brilliant one, too. Black and white is a choice, ladies and gentlemen. Black and white is a choice.
It's a choice.
People see black and white movies and they just don't want to see them. I don't understand that philosophy.
They're uneducated. Straight up.
Here it is. To my Chris, I've been thinking how I could possibly tell you how much you mean to me. I remember when we first started to fall in love with you like it was last night. That is the first line of Her.
Ooh, maybe now that I'm in the relationship thing, maybe now I should see it and it'll hit different.
Okay.
I wonder if that'll happen.
It will. You're gonna get hit by a ton of bricks.
It's so funny because I'm definitely softer these days. I don't like it.
The last line, I was right. The last line starts with Dear Catherine because he's writing to his ex-wife, and the end of it says, "Your friend to the end loves Theodore. Send."
Oh.
I was fucking right.
Hey.
It starts with a letter and it ends with a letter. That's how the movie is structured.
There you go. Framing device.
Think about it. And then in the middle, there's a bunch of those as well. Chris Pratt is in that movie. People don't remember that Chris Pratt is in Her.
He just pops up out of nowhere sometimes in movies.
Yeah.
I remember when I was watching Wanted, and then all of a sudden he started fucking someone on a counter. It was like, oh, I don't want to hear that.
You're like, what the hell's going on here? This is weird.
Yeah, he's a good actor though.
He's alright.
He's alright.
He's alright.
I think he was, at his peak around Parks and Recreation, and then before that.
I got to give him credit. Guardians of the Galaxy is one of the better Marvel movies, and it's fun. It's a fun time.
Okay, I have a controversial opinion. I think the Guardians of the Galaxy movies are overrated and boring.
I disagree with you. And here's the thing. Normally when it comes to Marvel, I don't disagree with you.
Yeah. But I mean, at the same time, like, I will agree that Guardians of the Galaxy are some of the better, what do you even call this age of Marvel? Like,
they're called superhero movies.
No, I mean, like, this era. Is it like the golden age of Marvel superhero movies or something?
I guess so, yeah.
It's like post
That's just the evolution
Sam Raimi.
of the superhero movie?
I don't know. How I think about it is it's like post Spider-Man Sam Raimi movies.
Yeah.
Like, blandly, but I don't know. I guess some people would say this is like the golden age of Marvel.
Yeah, so, that would be it.
In that respect, I think the Guardians of the Galaxy movies are not the worst.
Yeah.
But I
it's
just
funny, we
wanted
talked
to
about
fall asleep
that on the last episode, actually. We talked about that in the last episode, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. So if you want to hear about that, check out previous episode. I
actually just marathoned the first and second Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies, and it's like, they're so enjoyable. I love them so much.
They're so good. They are good.
Oh, God.
They're really good.
Yeah.
They are really good.
I bumped up their IMDb scores. It's like when I was 12, I was just like, 6. And now I'm like, no, y'all get 7. You're passing.
Her doesn't need the help. It has currently an 8 on IMDb. Do you know how hard it is to get an 8 on IMDb?
Very hard. Especially for, like, movies like her that kind of deviate from mainstream Hollywood filmmaking. Those usually get like a 7.6, 6.6 kind of deal.
Well, it has a 8 and that's after 521,342 reviews. Metacritic score of 90.
I hate Metacritic.
Who gave it lower than a 90? Somebody's getting punched in the face. Who is it? I'm gonna look this up. I'm calling you out.
Yeah, Metacritic is a bunch of fluff writers. I'm just saying they go easy on movies, and they only say movies are bad when everyone else says they're bad.
First of all, I already found the first person I have to fight.
Oh boy.
So the lowest score on here is a 40 by Stephanie Zacharek of The Village Voice.
Ooh, shout out.
San Francisco Chronicle, Mick LaSalle. The Times, Pick Mean, Mike Scott. The Guardians, Peter Bradshaw. We're going to fight all three of you because you gave it a 60 or less.
Hey, guys, why don't you come on the podcast? We could talk about it.
We're not going to talk about this. We're going to box. We're going to have a fucking boxing match. Oh,
shit. You can box? Can you bring a man down?
Probably more than them.
I'll pay money to see that. I won't lie.
We are going to fight because this is ridiculous.
Imagine if, there's a thing where, film critics literally, wrestled each other.
I'd love that.
I feel like that already exists, but it should
How is this a 60 review? I'm going to give you the snippet. Even a flawed Spike Jonze film is a thing of beauty in its own way, and even the uneven but admirable Her is a journey worth taking. But it's a 60?
Oh, interesting. Maybe they were thinking in terms like 60, like a 6 out of 10 for them, which is interesting.
Inexcusable. The story is slender for its 2-hour runtime. The pace is lugubrious, and though everyone in front and behind the camera were depressed, but the biggest obstacle is the protagonist, who is almost without definition. What are you talking about?
Without definition? So they're basically calling him a blank slate? Which he definitely is not.
What are you talking about?
I can definitely read his character. I don't know. Everyone gets out of it what they get out of it.
Instead of being desperately heartfelt, Her keeps reminding us through cinematographer Hoyt von Hoytman's somber roll camera work, through Phoenix's artfully slumped shoulders, how desperately heartfelt it is. What are you talking about?
Oh, well.
What sort of drugs do they feed these people?
Coke.
I need to have some of that. That's
Speed.
Okay.
It's the critic's choice of drug.
The big cocaine, you know what I mean?
Yeah, the big cocaina.
I need the big cocaine.
Cocaine.
The big
Cocaine.
cocaine. I need it. Anyway, so thank you, everybody, for this amazing episode once again of our podcast. We're doing our thing. Shout out to Charmaine Callum, our $5 Patreon subscriber. If you want to join our Patreon and help us make this thing go faster and be better and be just a better overall product, you can do that now. Patreon.com/FilmSnobReviews. We've got 5 different tiers, depending on what kind of director you really want to be. You can be. You can be a $1 patron, and that's Uwe Boll, or a $100 patron, and that's David Lean. Which one do you want to be?
Uwe Boll.
Uwe Boll, one of the best directors of our lifetime.
Oh my God, Blood Rain? Yeah.
Alone in the Dark is a cinematic masterpiece.
Yeah. Amazing.
Stoic is absolute gorgeous cinematography. Piece of shit.
I was actually considering watching Stoic one time.
There's a man literally gets fucked by a broomstick but not on purpose.
But not on purpose. So what? He sits on it?
No, they shove it up his ass.
Okay, that's what I figured.
Yeah.
Okay.
He gets sodomized by a broomstick.
All right.
Don't see
they
that.
Go all 13 reasons why on him.
Yeah, except you see this broomstick go right up his culito. Don't see that.
Literally?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Well, now I have. That sounds horrible.
Yeah, but it's also a terrible movie on top of it.
Okay.
It's so boring. You probably fall asleep before that even happens. Anyway, don't see that movie, but definitely check out some of the ones we talked about today, especially Her and the Adaptation, which is brilliant. Adaptation is available on Amazon Prime. Her is available on Netflix right now. Check that out. Check out our Patreon. Also, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. Check out the website at Film Snob Reviews. Anywhere you want to check us out. I have my own personal Twitter now. It's at Will Eggethapple. Hey, check it out. And where can they find you? See if they want to follow you.
You can find me on Instagram mostly, at RedShoes99. Please ask me why that is my handle. I will definitely answer all of your queries and questions and give you horrible movie recommendations. And I'm also a freelancer on the side. So if you ever need any art, I can literally do anything digital. So if you want to check out my art Instagram, my portfolio, whatever, just for funsies, that's RedShoes_ArtBlaze. And that is me. And
if you really want to sample of her work, look at any of the thumbnails of this podcast. She does all of them herself, and they're all effing amazing.
Thank you.
She does such good work. Check it out. Also, she has a Facebook, but don't follow her there.
Don't follow me on Facebook. The end.
Thank you guys once again for listening to us here at the Snobcast. I guess we'll,
get at them. Bye.
Bye.